Yes, a very good afternoon wherever you're tuning in. This is Dimbala Freak Post match analysis. Of course, here we are talking matters concerning sports. Here it's all about sports in East Africa and also in the European countries. And I'm your number one sports journalist, of course, you have in East Africa. So we are here so that you can discuss some of the major happening when it comes to the sports and also tend to analyze on what is happening when it comes to the local football and also international football, basing in argument that we have been having these international matches uh, that is happening, of course, in across all the countries of the whole world, because we have the FIFA World Cup 2026 qualifiers. We also have teams participating also in the UEFA Nations League. So welcome wherever you tune in. Make sure you join this studio through the link that I've shared there. Through this link, then you will be directed to the studio and you'll be here so that you can also give your views about post-match analysis and what you think. Of course, our Kenyan national team, Harambee Stars, yesterday they were stunned by Gabon at the Nyayo National Stadium, whereby Kenyans came in large numbers, and at most over 40,000 Kenyans came to witness that big match, whereby our Kenyan national flag was being raised by Harambee Stars. But all in all, Harambee Stars lost, but Kenyans remained patriotic to their country. They came in large numbers. They represented their country. That is what we saw, and despite the rumors that a lot of things happened all over there, buying tickets and also chaos emerging, Kenyans remained peaceful, and that is what really happened yesterday. Kenya was stunned by Gabon. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang scoring a brace, Michael Lunga scoring the solitary goal for Ben Maka the side. Now we are having this show here, so make sure if you're following us here for the first time, you're free to join. Join through the link that I've shared there. And through the link, then you will also share your thoughts about the yesterday's game, whereby Kenya played against Gabon. Kenya, of course, in the group F, Kenya remains position 4 with 6 points. Of course, the other day we saw Kenya settling for 3-3 draw against Gambia, a game that Kenya was supposed to win. Now, Gabon tops Group F standing after all the matches. Of course, they are leading with more than 15 points. And of course, the Africa Cup of Nations defending champions, Ivory Coast, they come at second place. They are having a match in hand. Of course, they are playing. So make sure you also come and join us here. We are having a lot of issues about Harambee Stars. We have seen Harambee Stars having different coaches, but now from what we have been seeing since the FKF appointed Ben McCarthy to become the head coach of Harambee Stars, we have seen a lot of changes. We have seen Kenyans also they have started having trust with the national team, because you remember even during the time when we had Gini Ferrati in the team, after any match, of course, Kenya has been doing poorly when it comes to the Africa Cup of Nations, when it comes to World Cup qualifiers. We have not been featuring in Africa Cup of Nations for a while, because we have been having issues. Our neighboring Tanzania there, they've been having Africa Cup of Nations. The other time in Ivory Coast, they were in Africa Cup of Nations. But when it comes to Kenya, we are still having issues. But now, after yesterday's game, we have seen how Kenya is having that dynamic change. Of course, we are seeing Kenyans having trust now with the national team, because the new talents that are being nurtured over there, they are being motivated by the new coach, Ben McCarthy. And of course, other Kenyans are trying to slam Ben McCarthy because of what he has been doing since he was in Manchester United, and others are saying that he came with that Manchester United failure. But from what I saw yesterday from the touchline, then I can tell you that we have a coach, and the coach is ready to change the situation of this country. So Kenya is going to move ahead when it comes to football, and we're going to have a lot of changes when it comes to football. And maybe because this was just a first game, and the second game, maybe as we come to the end of Group F, then Kenya might secure that spot for World Cup, because That is what matters a lot. Kenya has never qualified for World Cup, though the junior starlets, junior under 17, they have also raised the Kenyan flag in the Dominican Republic last year, whereby they played in the World Cup. Make sure if you're joining us here for the first time, you join the studio. Join the studio if you're a football fan, and tell us what you think about Kenya playing Gabon yesterday. And also tell us what you think about Ben McCarthy being the new coach of Harambee Stars, and what you think about his tenure as the Harambee Stars coach, because he is new. Of course, he has not monitored some of the players. He is depending on the technical bench to give him players. But yesterday, they played a good job game, and Kenyans, of course, we are happy they came to cheer. Omar Van Adenj is very key. Of course, we have Alex here as he opens his own thoughts about Kenya's game. What do you think about Ben McCarthy and yesterday's game, if you saw what happened?
Good morning to you, Bonnie. I hope you can hear me. Okay, so as I said in the previous show, there are two ways to look at things. First of all, I thought he could have the manager bounce where he would come in and the new energy and he would kickstart his coaching career and he would go on a winning spree of matches. But from we have seen from the two previous games, it's not that way. uh, there is still a lot of work. Ben McCarthy is here to fight a culture, a spirit that has been there in the Kenyan Premier League. So hopefully, he will be able to turn things around. Atoe spirit ya Manchester.
Oh, yes, so we have Elizabeth. Elizabeth, karibu sana, Elizabeth. For a long time we have not seen you here, and also she has disappeared. She has disappeared. But what we are seeing is that we are having a lot of Kenyans trying to complain about what is happening in Harambee Stars. But yesterday I saw the lineup that was provided by Ben McCarthy from the goalkeeper. You know, Tieno is doing a good job over there. I saw one of the greatest midfielders, that is Richard Odada, and of course Richard Odada played a good game yesterday. All the way to the Michael Lunga, of course, he's the striker, but he missed several chances whereby he could have converted them to goals. And yesterday also Olunga, he scored a goal. Yet Kenyans, they have not seen Olunga, who played for the Qatar team over there. So we expect that Kenya will improve when it comes to the national team. Karibu sana
Sorry, take two.
Elizabeth. Yeah, yeah.
Sorry. Elizabeth ni nani tena?
Give us your views about Harambee Stars. Kenya
Yes.
yesterday.
Yeah, jana. Yeah, the stadium, by the I think that was like the most it's ever been full. Well, however, I might be biased, but I feel like a lot of fans just went because of Obama. You don't think so?
You just explain yourself.
Huh?
Maybe personally, maybe I might not care about him.
You might not. Why?
He plays for you. Used to play for Arsenal, and I'm not a supporter of that small team. So why should I care about him being in in our country?
He is a sports person. You don't have to like the whole team. I hate Manu,
No,
but uh
you wait. No, tell us about that game anyway.
all right, that game.
We are to watch.
No, nearly watch, but watch yote. But the thing though is that I feel like Kenya's team haikucheza vizuri. Maybe the first 45 minutes zilibola, unless maybe they improved in the second half because I didn't watch the second half, but I did watch the first half of it, and it looked like these people they weren't training. against Gabon. And Gabon actually in Africa is not like it's really a top team like that. Assuming that there's no Aubameyang in Gabon, it could still be at the same level as the Stars. But there's so much that needs to be done. I think midfield mostly the I think midfield is the backbone to every team actually, or to every good team. And I don't know the players' names, so I really can't name them. Like I just know the forwards, sijui hawa katikati na nyuma, because I don't follow the Kenyan league that much to be so much informed about it. Only big games like the ones that happened yesterday that catches my attention, or like if they're countries. But local matches, I'm barely like involved with those. I'm so much into the EPL actually and La Liga more. I don't even know much about CDI like that. I just know big players there. But they really need to improve. They do, but they did try though. However, they could do better than that. That's what I think.
So your player there, of course, your player,
Yeah.
Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang scored a brace.
Yeah.
What about that?
One of them was a penalty.
2 goals.
Huh? What'd you say? I'm sorry.
Yes.
I didn't hear what you
Yeah,
said.
one was a penalty.
Yes. But Aubameyang actually, I still think he's good. He's very good. I still don't understand how him and the manager fell off in Arsenal, but he's a great talent. And unfortunately, you're my new fan, but one Alitapa team here home. Give credit where it's due, and I think even at his age, he's still giving results, and he's still like performing, and he's still doing somersaults on the field. Like, how flexible is that man? So for me, I don't know if Kenya would ever be able to get a player like him. Maybe in the next, like the upcoming generations, maybe they're talented ones. But Aubameyang is a beast. He did it. He carried his team and he helped Gabon win.
Do you believe with the new coach, Rain, of course, Ben McCarthy? Do you think that will take Kenya to the next level?
I think.
Maybe.
Given if people like, it's maybe unless if he's not over pressured, but if he's given the resources and the time, I think he'll improve the team. He has vision.
Yes, Kenya, they settled for 3-3 draw with Gambia. Yesterday, they were stunned by Gabon. And of course, Kenya remained in position 4 with 6 points. That is in Group F. Gabon tops. Number 2, that is Ivory Coast. And then we have Burundi over there, number 3. Then we have Harambee Stars. That is what is happening, of course, in the World Cup qualifiers. Kenya has never qualified for that trophy. And we hope that Ben McCarthy will make a good change. Kenya will feature in the Africa Cup of Nations, maybe, and also maybe the World Cup that is coming in South America.
Yeah, actually, there will be like about 6 games here in my town. So
so you'll be watching live.
Yes, I'm waiting.
So we will be depending on you to give us live updates.
Yes, for sure. For sure.
Next year, Insha.
Yeah, next year. And but really, honestly, Kenyans are talented. But then I never understand why is it that football doesn't work? Like, why is it football is not like picking up? What do you think is the issue? You know it better than the rest of us here.
Now, me personally, I think that we have not been serious with identifying talents in the country because we have a lot of talent. So it depends with how talents are being sourced, the scouting team, and of course the coach matters a lot. We have been having a very rough coach known as Eugene Firati, who was sacked the other day. So we have maybe a new coach, Ben McCarthy, who has been motivating the players, and we hope that he will change the situation of this country when it comes to the football.
Can I respond to you,
And
coaches? So I noticed one thing. I hear everyone saying all the time, Kenya, there's a lot of talent, there's a lot of talent, there's a lot of talent. But I got to the point where I realized we underestimate that there are also many countries in Africa where there is a lot of talent also. And a good example is West Africa. If you take a country like Senegal, there is massive talent in Senegal, from the keeper to the defense to the midfield to the attack. There is a lot of talent. So, and to other countries also like Morocco, if you saw what they did in the World Cup, there is a lot of talent in Morocco, in all parts, even defending. So I guess that's the thing that we also underestimate, that as much as we do have talent, also other countries have a lot of talent. So they have the talent, they have the system, they have the government funding, and they have the passion. They are driven, so they have systems that are working, that have been working for the past like 6 or 8 years. And as we are still fighting the system of corruption. Because you find in a country like Senegal, they qualified for the World Cup in 2018, and they were so good. In fact, they were removed for some silly reasons in the FIFA. And you saw in 2022 they still had a very good squad, and in 2026 they will still have a very good squad, which is the squad has been one, it's just been changing a little bit. And here in Kenya, unaona tuko na talents na hatuna funding, hatuna stadium, we don't even have a system. The coach that is there right now is trying to fight battles that are somehow beyond him, unaona, na amekuja pia na ile mentality ya Manchester.
Gani cheza na nguvu.
Hapana, ile ya kutegemea comeback. Na unajua hizo hazishindangi vikombe.
Oh yeah, true. Well, they did win cups in Ferguson's time.
That is, Ferguson's time imepitwa na wakati. Hata Arsenal walishinda vikombe siku za Wenger.
Yeah, no, I'm saying the tactics that you're saying that they don't win. I'm saying like at that time it worked for Ferguson.
Yeah.
But I also feel like maybe there's no motivation among the players themselves. Like there's no drive, like self-driven. I don't even know everything that you need as an athlete. You have to be self-driven. You have to be disciplined. You have to be on top of your game. Your diet has to be right for you to. So I don't even know if they have a specific diet as well or not, or if how often do they like train in a week, and like you both say scouting scouting might be the problem here as well, because maybe they're not even giving young players a chance. They're probably just still like with the same players from like maybe 5-10 years ago, and there's no rotation, so they wouldn't like there's not going to be any growth if you're not having rotations, or if you're not trying out new talents, or if you're not giving chances to uh, different people. So maybe I don't know. Let's see what he does though. I do think though it seems promising, to be honest. There are times Kenya ingepigwa 3-0. At least Squeezy, they're not leaving with nothing. It's progress.
Kenya nchi yangu, of course. Yesterday Kenyans came in large numbers. Having that home advantage is very key to players and also to the coach, because you love that confidence that a lot of people are looking forward to see you score goal, and also to see you raising the Kenyan flag. Though yesterday we were defeated 2-1, another win. We will be back, of course, June, as we will be playing other matches. But we hope that Harambee Stars will secure a spot in the FIFA 2026 World Cup.
You think it's
Now
likely?
we also having,
You think it's likely gonna happen?
yes.
Alex, you believe so? Guy, don't be
I think the
delusional.
host is being optimistic. Bonnie is very
Yeah,
optimistic.
that's he's being
Bonnie
delusional
is a
because
very optimistic
I,
person.
I don't see Kenya qualifying before Senegal or before Cameroon or before uh what these are the
Egypt,
Morocco. Like,
Cameroon,
yeah,
Tunisia.
Cameroon. I don't see it qualifying against any West African teams. The fact that Burundi of all teams iko mbele ya Kenya kia nani?
First of all, we need to prioritize making it a habit of qualifying for the AFCON before even
AFCON,
consider the
yes,
World
before
Cup.
you look at the large platform.
After now we have made it a habit of qualifying for the AFCON, then now we can start discussing things like the World Cup.
Yeah, they should have mentality that mid-table teams have in Premier League. Like it's a step. Some they want to get into the European games at least. Others they want to finish top 10. Others want to finish top 4. Or even win the league. It has to be a step. So they should, like you said, I think they should work first on bettering their game plan and qualifying for AFCON before World Cup comes up. But it's looking unlikely. Although Bonnie, okay, let's hope. Why do you think
Kenya,
they'll
Kenya, of course.
qualify? Why do you think they'll qualify? Which team or which country you think is gonna
We
drop
have
points?
few matches again. We have few matches. We have still few matches. We have I think we have yeah, we have 3 matches. Still we have
Mhm.
3 matches to go.
Yeah, and that's what I'm asking. Do you think those countries that are remaining, you capable of winning those games, all of them?
Yes, we'll win. We'll win. Kenyan football is more important than Arsenal, than Manu, than Chelsea.
Okay. I mean, as a country, for sure. When it comes to you spend like the nation, yeah, for sure. But then reality,
Yesterday you saw Harambee
say
Stars playing a
yourself,
good game than Arsenal, right?
no, no.
Even Alex,
Fans, let me tell you,
Harambee Stars
that
played good
stadium.
game yesterday than your team Chelsea.
Listen, that game was more fun because of the fans. Like my fans tunde walibambisha your game more than the players. They were more hyped
No,
than the players.
maybe if you ask me, I'll tell you Harambee Stars yesterday played a good game than Arsenal.
Then Arsenal where when?
In terms of what?
Yeah, that's like where when and how. And
No,
Is
even
it
generally
the
where
from
literally,
the
tactics?
from
Is it the
literally,
gameplay? Or is it
it's the entire
from
the?
the
game.
goalkeeper. No, relax. From the
Mhm.
goalkeeper to the striking, everything was perfect than Arsenal, than Chelsea.
Onana is even better than Wilson.
If you say
No,
Chelsea, I
just
will agree because Chelsea is not playing well at the moment. The ball is just moving sideways from left to
so you
right
agree
to
your team
center left.
play poorly than Harambee Stars.
No, Arsenal just
The
doesn't finish.
problem that I have with the Rambe Stars is they have the Manchester United mentality, and Manchester United is
No,
doing worse than Chelsea.
no. Yesterday's game was good than whatever we
I,
saw in Chelsea and Arsenal.
what I
Arsenal, they
can
don't
say is
play anything.
I can just say that yesterday's game was better than the last game they had.
No,
That's
than Arsenal.
no.
Please.
You just have some obsession with trying to downplay Arsenal, but that's not. Arsenal has what they just lack finish. That's all they lack this season. But then game Arsenal hata ikiwa mbaya, their game never changes. That for sure, it's always been there. Hata even if they're like struggling, they'll always play that beautiful football.
It
You
will change
did
against
you saw
Real Madrid
yesterday's our
in
central
a week.
Huh?
defense how they played? You have one guy there known as Anthony Okumu. Anthony Okumu
Wait,
is
which
good
one?
than Gabriel Magalhaes.
Actually, you see, Bonnie, the thing that I noticed from the game with Gambia and the game with Gabon, I think we have Bonnie a good defense and a good, let me say, attacking
Midfield is bad.
5 out of 10. But our midfield is the one which is letting us down.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
that's what
Bonnie
I thought.
defense yetu iko sawa from the left back, center backs, right back. I think defense yetu iko poa. Midfield ndio nadhani kidogo inatuangusha. That's why we need to borrow the three superstars from Newcastle. Watupatie Bruno Guimaraes, Tonali, and who is this guy from Brazil? Jolinton. We
Yeah,
just need those three. Newcastle wakitupea watatu Boni, then now I will gladly say we can challenge for the AFCON. Aki. We just have a poor midfield.
Joelinton anachezeeka. Me, I think he was still playing even ikiwa shule.
Joelinton is good. He's good. He's still good.
But Barney, for you to understand that Kenyan team is not as good as you're putting it, I told you I don't watch a lot. I've watched only like 2 games, and I already figured out that the problem is the midfield. How? Know what I mean? That's me. See 40 killers, sir. And he's backing me. I'm sure if somebody else joins that, they'll tell you the same thing.
I have not agreed with what Alex said because personally, I saw yesterday. Of course, our main problem with the Harambee Stars is defense. Defense is the main problem. They are not
Why defense?
as clinical
Before
as
the
they
ball
should
goes
be.
to the defense,
Our midfield is the best. We have Richard Odanda there. We have Duke Sabuya in the midfield. And of course, we have one of the best left back, Eric Marcelo Ouma.
Yes,
So Richard Odanda
defense
yesterday
is
was
poor.
playing like one of the best midfielders in the whole world. So he tried to stabilize our midfield, but the defense was poor because those 2 goals were from mistake from defense. Michael Lunga missed 3 clean chances. Personally, I was there in Nyayo National Stadiums and I saw what happened. So I think our main problem is the defense. Even when we were playing against the Gambia, the game was aired in the Super Sport. You did not watch that game?
By that time, I was on this channel when it was playing. I was on this show, so I didn't catch the Gambia game. So you guys should tell me.
Gambia didn't watch it.
Which show?
I was working.
It was working.
Thursday.
But you remember, but you agree that if I give you the highlights of the yesterday's game, Harambee Stars plays well than Arsenal, right? Just agree because yes.
Arsenal, I do agree. Very true.
Yes.
I don't agree.
Why?
Which of your players is better than any Arsenal player, other than Sterling?
I've given you Anthony Akumu. That is the defense better than Gabriel Magalhaes. You go to midfield. Richard Odanda is better than your Martin Odegaard.
You know what?
Yes, and Michael Olunga is better than Kai Havertz.
How many goals does he have so far?
Oh,
Engineer Olunga. In the Saudi.
No.
Qatar.
Let me fact check. Let me do some fact checking because
double figures already. Double figures. Engineer Olunga.
The Camel League ndio una compare na the first league in the entire world. Even Kenyan league is better than Saudi. Hata iko more. Saudi tu ilijulikana je Ronaldo. Mimi hata sikuwa naijua by the truth be told.
No, he does not play for Saudi. He plays for Qatar.
Okay. The UAE leagues, I feel like they're not there yet. They're coming up, but UAE, America, those countries.
So, Cotis, let me read you some good stats about the great engineer Michael Olunga. In the 24-25 season, in 15 matches, he has 11 goals and 2 assists. How many does Kai Havertz have?
That's 17, right?
Yeah.
And is that all competitions?
2 assists in 15 matches.
Is that all competitions or just the? Oh, sorry. Is that? I was asking, is that all competitions or just the league?
I don't know whether it's all competitions. It's the league. I just have the stats for him this season.
Kai alone in Premier League, he has 10, 9 or 10, I think. UCL.
So Michael Olunga is ahead of him.
No. UCL, he has 4. And I don't know if he played FA. But then, again, right now, if he was still playing, I'm pretty sure he would have had more than what he has. Or I'm not. Harvard's average, by the way. You're nakubali. Like, he's past his prime. I am a realistic fan. And like somebody here who's called Bonnie, I think kubali ukweli. So, but he's still good. He like the clutch moments Harvard ametutoa in games, like especially last season, like ile game ya Brentford that we won 1-0 last minute walikuwa wametukalia mbaya. He also won a game against Brighton ilikuwa like